Psalm 89, part 1 of 3, begins with this introduction. It is a psalm of the Davidic covenant. That's found in the New Scofield Reference Bible, who labels the Psalm of the Davidic covenant, because it is a covenant psalm according to the Jewish arrangement. It is a stimulating psalm because it rests upon the covenant which God made with David. The details of this covenant are found in 2 Samuel 7, 8 through 11. Let's take a moment and look at it. Now go and say to my servant David, this is what the Lord of heaven's army has declared. I took you from tending the sheep in the pasture and selected you to be a leader of my people of Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have destroyed all your enemies before your eyes. Now I will make your name as famous as anyone who has ever lived on the earth, and I will provide a homeland for my people Israel, planting them in a secure place where they will never be disturbed. Evil nations won't oppress them as they have done in the past. Starting from the time I anointed judges to rule my people Israel, I will give you rest from all your enemies. Furthermore, the Lord declares that he will make a house for you, a dynasty of kings. It's a maskil, a psalm of introduction, and while the writer is not clearly identified, it seems certain that it was either composed by David or after a time of David by another who was personally familiar with David's reign. The tenure of the psalm reflects the faithfulness of God, which is mentioned some 10 times. The word covenant is mentioned 4 times, and with it, God states, I have sworn 3 times, and I will not lie 4 times. It is quite a contrast to the previous psalm, which was all gloom and no glory. This one is all glory and no gloom. In the first part of the psalmist affirms his belief in God's covenant of faithfulness through the dynasty of David, praising God's name and attributes of power, justice, and mercy. Verse 1 of 89 reads, I will sing of the loving kindness of the Lord forever to all generations. I will make known your faithfulness with my mouth. The phrase, I will sing of loving kindness forever, reflects the devout resolve of the psalm writer. With my mouth I will make known thy faithfulness. Notice the pronoun your, to whom the faithfulness is ascribed. The faithfulness belongs to our Lord. It is praise to God for his faithfulness to David. As believers, we also should build a habit of recounting and recollecting the myriad times God has revealed his faithfulness and loving kindness in our lives, but especially whenever doubt assails us. Charles Spurgeon writes in the Treasury of David, what Ethan, the psalm singer, had sung is now a textbook for Christians and will be so as long as this dispensation shall last. We ought to have an eye to posterity in all that we write, for we are the schoolmasters of the succeeding ages. In dire times, it's God's divine faithfulness upon us where the soul hangs, and its mooring and an anchor of the soul. God makes a covenant with all true believers. The basis is found in Isaiah 54:17 and concludes in Isaiah 55:3. Reading from 54:17, but in that coming day no weapon turned against you will succeed. You will silence every voice raised to accuse you. Those benefits are enjoyed by the servants of the Lord. Their vindication will come from me. I, the Lord, have spoken. And then in 55:3 it reads, come to me with your ears wide open. Listen, you will find life. I will make an everlasting covenant with you. I will give you all of the unfailing love I promised to David.